So you telling me it's more disrespectful for me asking you for a DNA test than to find out 18 years later that the child's not mine?
Because why you asking me for a DNA test? Because you did something that you know you're not supposed to be doing. That's why you need a DNA test.
A lot of men, what we do is we test. Me asking you for a DNA test.
That means you don't trust me.
Nope. No. Stop.
Absolutely.
Stop. It could be I don't trust you, one. Or two, I want to see your reaction.
I'm definitely going to be like, why do you want a DNA test?
So now I really want to
That's very, no, let me tell you why.
That is correct. I have no problem with being on child support, putting myself. I'm actually the one that opened this case up against myself. I have no problem with raising it. I would just like to be for sure that it's mine.
And what reason do you have to doubt that it's yours?
Because after the child was born, I just had my doubts, and I went ahead and ordered a home DNA test, and I DNA tested the child, and the results came back that I was 0% the father.
Oh, okay. And did you let Mrs. Velez know about that?
Absolutely. And she insisted that my DNA test was fake at first, so I persuaded her to give me another one to prove me wrong, and she denied every time.
Liars be lying.
All right. All right.
So,
okay, I understand. So I understand. Ms. Velez, do you understand that he's asking to contest the acknowledgement and request of testing? What is your position, ma'am?
If that's what he wants, I'm up for it. But I was not aware when he did that DNA or what he did to my child. So, yes.
Oh, well, yeah, I know, man. What happens? That happens sometimes, and they go to Walmart or H-E-B and get some over-the-counter test, and they do it without the mama, which they really don't need the mama, but we do require it in our.
His comment saying that in states where DNA testing became mandatory for child support, nearly half the men tested were not the father. I had to look into that. Here's what we actually know. Georgia passed a law in 2015 making DNA testing mandatory in all new child support cases where paternity had not been legally established. So an acknowledgement of paternity is a legal establishment. Their own data showed approximately 20% of men ordered to pay child support were not the biological father. Nationally, paternity testing labs report that between 28 and 32% of men who take paternity tests are not the father. In 2025, that number climbed to nearly 40%. Right now, Missouri is pushing it even further. Representative Tonya Rush introduced House Bill 3197, which would require mandatory DNA paternity testing at the time of birth for every child born in Missouri. No assumption, no guessing, confirmed from day one. The bill also includes a fund to cover the cost so no family is priced out. Men have been ordered to pay child support for children that DNA later proved was not theirs. And courts have still refused to remove that obligation. Georgia got it right. Missouri is fighting for it now. This should be the standard in every single state. If you agree, comment below and tell me what state you're in. Because this fight is a state-by-state basis, and we need mandatory DNA testing in every single state. Because no child should grow up without knowing who their father is, and no father should grow up not knowing whether or not a child is biologically his.
Let me tell you something, man. There are so many women that are against paternity testing, and I'm gonna tell you something right now, gentlemen. If you meet a girl and you like her, you better bring it up. Hey, I'm just letting you know I'm the type of person that I will be asking. If this continues to go on a little bit further, I will be asking for a DNA test. Let it be known. Let it be known so that there are no shocks and surprises, no Scooby-Doo mysteries trying to, you know what I mean? When the baby comes out and you're like, all right, go ahead, swab that baby's cheek and let's find out who this little munchkin belongs to, right? These ladies up here talking about, oh, well, that means you don't trust me. No, I don't. No, I don't. I do not trust you all the way. I would love to trust you, and getting this DNA test will probably help if this child comes back to be mine. But just you, why do women think they should just have, not all women, but so many women think that they should just have this like, you should just trust me. You should just believe what I say with no evidence, no facts, no statistics, no type of anything proving what you're saying is true. We should just trust you. It's ridiculous. It is absolutely ridiculous. Any woman that is against paternity testing is out here in these streets. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I'm not gonna call her what I want to call her or what I perceive her to be if she does not accept. Why would you not accept a paternity test? Why would you not? 40%, 40. Do you know? 40% is almost half. I mean, I know we're all I just had to say it. I know you know it's almost half, but 40% is almost half of the men. Half of them. And then ladies still running around asking why men don't want to get married. We don't even want to do it. We don't know. No. Absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous that y'all ladies talk about us. Y'all talk about men and how we lie, and y'all lie about who the fuck. How could you even do that to somebody? How could you have a baby on somebody and then tell them that the child that they are raising is theirs, knowing that they're not the father? And then these women, like, it just sends me to the moon when these women are like, I had no idea. So you sleeping with that many people? Huh? You out here giving away your cookies to that many cookie monsters is what I'm asking you? Y'all should be ashamed of yourselves. I hope they make DNA testing should already be 100% mandatory. And then the fact that those men who found out that those children were not theirs, and then they don't get any of that money back, the woman doesn't go to jail, nothing happens. Nothing happens. And in a lot of cases, these men still have to pay child support. But these women run around talking about equality, but they don't fight for this. This is equal. Where are the women with the buzz cuts and the flannel shirts? Where are they coming running down the hill trying to save the men or say that this isn't fair? They're not going to do it. They're not going to do it because, again, I don't even think women want equality. They just want more. That's a broad statement, and I know, and it's meant to be broad. So many American women, I'm just going to say women in general. So many women in general want more. No, I'm gonna stick with America. Y'all just want more. Do you want equality? Yeah, well, what does that mean? Oh, we just want more. More rights, more. I'm like, what are you talking about? What right do you have that I don't have? In all actuality, you have more rights than me, darling. Pretty face. You have way more rights. Because if you're pregnant and half of that child is mine, you have 100% say so. But then you'll turn around and say that if you get pregnant, that is not your fault. I'm like, well, if you have 100% say so over your body, then that, unless you were, forced upon with some surprise sex, if you know what I mean, as long as the man didn't force himself on you, then you are responsible because you are the gatekeeper to your gate. Let's go into another video. I got hot already.
So you telling me it's more disrespectful for me asking you for a DNA test than to find out 18 years later that the child's not mine?
No, why you asking me for a DNA test? Because you did something that you know you're not supposed to be doing. That's why you need a DNA test.
A lot of men, what we do is we test. Me asking you for a DNA test,
that means you don't trust me.
No. Stop.
Absolutely.
Stop. It could be I don't trust you, one, or two, I want to see your reaction.
I'm definitely gonna be like, why do you want a DNA test?
So now I really want to.
Let me tell you why. That's the most disrespectful thing you could say to a wife.
Do you think it's more disrespectful for me asking you that question than to find out 18 years later that the child's not mine?
Why did you marry her?
Do you see how they just don't answer questions? Do you see how like logic just completely leaves the mind of so many modern women? You can ask them a very simple yes or no question, and instead of answering it, she's gonna give you another question. Now, mind you, the question that she asks you is gonna have nothing to do. She said, "Why did you marry her? Why did you?" Okay, obviously he loves her and he trusts her, but you still need to make sure, especially with these women of today's time, that are so promiscuous that just give their bodies away to all these different men. Everybody sliding in the DMs, and ladies are always trying to swing a monkey branch to the next man who has more and better. No, we don't trust y'all. We love you, but we see what you do with your freedom. No, we don't trust you. No. If you are a man and you just out here 100% trusting your lady, let me tell you something, player. I don't know if I should say hats off to you or call you a poor soul. Because that is a bad move. I'm not saying you should just treat her like she's nothing or just always question her, but I'm saying you need to keep your eyes peeled. Because there's women in the church still out here sinning, living in this worldly life. out here living this secular life. I know they out here because I be standing right beside them.
How's it possible 6 months and the baby's not mine, genius? Stop playing with me. Yo, stop playing with me.
How am I playing with you?
Me, how you playing with me?
It's yours, baby.
Excuse me?
Excuse you, what?
How?
It's your baby.
No, it is not. No, it is not.
How you gonna tell me?
Yo, stop playing with me.
I'm not playing with you.
Yes, you are playing with me.
How am I playing with you?
What you mean,
I'm
how?
not. The DNA test says 99 point yours. So
99 point not, genius. I'm not the father. Look, look at me. In all seriousness, right? What we're gonna do, you and that 4-year-old and that 6-month-old gotta go. Number one, the other was not even mine. You lucky I took you on with him, thinking that baby was mine. It's not even mine. I got deal with this crap. That's so embarrassing. You gotta go.
You're not dealing with no crap.
Yes, I am. Who's the father? Your first kid's baby daddy?
No, it's you.
Obviously, it's not. Stop being funny. Who's the father?
Not being funny.
Wow, listen.
And the DNA test clearly said your name on it.
No, it does not say my name on it. Genius, stop acting stupid. It says negative.
No, it don't.
It says negative. All right, you want to act dumb. Okay, listen, look.
You want to act dumb.
Okay, look. This is how we're going to do it. You're going to explain to your folks the reason why me and you are not together, okay?
Now, how am I going to explain you the reason why?
Because you was unfaithful, unloyal, and unhonest, and you're playing games in front of me, and I'm not going to turn violence. What I am going to do is actually get up and get out. You want me to call you an Uber to your mother's house?
That's real funny to come see that you are the father and you still
do you want me to call an Uber to your mother's house, yes or no?
Yes, you can.
Okay, thank you. And also, you're going to take the kids' stuff and go?
I'm going to take the kids' stuff and go and stop. Because you don't want to believe it.
Thank you. So that's not a problem. All right?
All right.
And then also what we're going to do is we're going to take my name off of the birth certificate.
It's too late.
No, it is not too late.
It's already on there. It's signed.
And we're going to present to the judge the DNA results. We have the courts do it themselves as well. And when it comes out that I'm not the father of your child, then I'm going to ask to take my name off that birth certificate because that's fraud.
That's not fraud.
That is fraud if you put somebody's name on there and have a man think that he's the father and he's not. That's fraud, sweetie.
Nah, you on it. It says it's yours. The test came back positive.
Yeah, okay. So I'm positive know that you cheated on me. I'm positive to know that I'm not the father. I'm positive to know I'm not going to deal with this. I'm positive to know that we're going to go to court.
I'm positive that you're going to be on child support.
No, I'm not going to be. This is why we're going to go to court to take my name off that birth certificate. Because the DNA doesn't lie. To me, it's too late.
The DNA didn't
Yo, you're not going to have me paying for a kid that's not mine. You're going to sit there and you're going to talk to whoever father that is. That's what we're going to do.
The fact, do you see what Uncle Sam and this family court system has developed? What they have created? All these little monsters running around with bonnets and headscarves and everything. And this isn't race specific. Even though it's a black young woman that we just saw, this is not race specific. You understand me? This is a mental thing. Y'all have made it so that women are so comfortable with doing the most devious things because they know that there are no consequences on the other side of that rainbow. There are no consequences. She's sitting up here. I couldn't be here. I don't know what I would have done. I don't know what I would have done. Hulk smashed her from the top floor to the bottom. I don't know what I would have done. I would have suplexed her through that old bed that they have going on. I don't even know all 7 different color pillows. That's not the point. The point is, she's just smiling in front of this man's face. Like she didn't lie to him. This is crazy. I'm laughing because it's so ridiculous. She's laughing and smiling with this smug look on her face. Now, if he would just go, I don't know, Mike Tyson is just jabbering one in the nose, then she can be the first one ready to call the cops. First one ready. I think that certain things should be allowed depending on the circumstance. Women can do crazy things to us, but we can't get any get back. Let me tell you something, all right? Let me tell you something right now. Get closer to the phone. If I ever got a woman pregnant, you hear me? And she tells me it's mine, and then I find out that kid is not mine. Maybe I lose my wits about myself, and I don't get a DNA test. Maybe that happens. Maybe I'm just so infatuated with her. I have on these rose-colored glasses, and I'm so in love with her because she's so gorgeous, and I don't ask for a paternity test. And then the child gets a little bit older, and I start to realize, hey, this little man doesn't really look like me. or this little young girl doesn't look like me at all, or anyone in my family, and I get a DNA test and that kid is not mine, you think I'm not throwing a punch? Do you think, especially if I've been there for years, giving up time, money, energy, resources, and patience when I could have been off starting my own family, and you had me here for your own selfish reasons? That's all it boils down to. I'm just selfish. I'm not gonna tell the. And how diabolical do you have to be that you are going to rob the real father, the stepfather, because you're not telling him the truth, and the child because the child doesn't even know, just for you to be happy and so that no one will know that you've been out in these streets skeezing around? And they say that men are the terrible ones.
Y'all already know how I feel about mandatory paternity testing at birth and that it's a great idea, but apparently this girl disagrees, and I am going to listen to her argument until I start to lose brain cells.
Mandatory paternity testing at birth is a terrible idea. If you choose to get a paternity test at birth, that's on you. I truly do not care. Mandatory is the key word here. Mandatory DNA testing would mean that every child born into the United States, plus both of their parents, would need to be tested at birth. We're not seeing why that's a bad idea.
And that, my friends, is an example of somebody twisting the argument mid-conversation. Because in the first line, she said mandatory paternity testing. And in the second line, she just said mandatory DNA testing for both parents. No man on this app or anywhere is advocating for women to take DNA tests at birth. No one's asking for maternity tests. You're making an argument that doesn't exist.
One, that's going to lead to the government storing our genetic data. They're not going to take every single American's genetic info and just throw it away.
Apparently, she doesn't know that DNA testing can be done at the hospital and that information doesn't need to be passed over to the federal government. I don't know why we would automatically have to do that. That doesn't make any sense. Again, making an argument that doesn't exist.
Two, imagine a man cheats on his wife, God forbid with a teenager. What do you think he's going to do to her when he realizes she's pregnant and he has to do a DNA test? But we don't care about endangering women or children's lives, right? I know.
We're going to wrap it up right there because her argument flopped. Mandatory paternity testing is so that the man who is at the hospital with that woman knows for a fact that that is his child before he signs the birth certificate. Not to force men who are not there to submit DNA. The only people that can do that is a court-ordered judge, which they can do right now, don't you know? But instead of fighting against that, you're just fighting against men wanting to know that that's their kid before they sign up for financial responsibility for the next 18 years, as if that's a crazy thing to ask. I'm convinced everybody with this take either has no common sense or they genuinely have something to hide.
These ladies are hoes. I tried to hold my tongue. Lord knows I did. Lord knows I tried to hold my tongue. These ladies with these stupid ass takes are hoes. Because there is no reason why you would object. I can understand your feelings being hurt, but if you're with a woman and she really loves you and she wants to build a family with you, she might be a little annoyed, but she'll get over it and she'll understand. I understand that my husband has some doubts because of the way women are moving these days. He just wants to make sure. I know that he trusts me, but there's still that doubt. He just wants to be sure. And that as a woman, why wouldn't you want to give your man that peace of mind? That's the best I told you so ever. That is the best I told you so. You know how long you can hold that over his head? Because we all know ladies love holding stuff over guys' heads. You know how long you can hold that over his head? Well, you remember back in 98? It's year 2042. You remember back in 98 when you wanted me to get that paternity test? Yeah, you gonna take me to get some ice cream. Like they will hold on to it forever. Forever. Another thing she said is that the government will hold your genetics. Who cares? Who the hell cares? What do you think is gonna happen? You think they're gonna make a whole bunch of clones of you, Sally, average everyday working 9-to-5 Sally, who's bow-legged? You think they're gonna make 1,000 clones of you? Like, who cares if they have your DNA? You think they're gonna use that DNA to pull a bad guy from Avengers move and wipe out half the earth because they have your DNA? People are ridiculous, man. Ladies say some of the strangest things. Now, again, let me point out this young, beautiful chocolate sister right here. Shouts out to you, and shouts out to the women that act and have a logical thinking mind like hers. This is not a woman bashing channel. It's not. But even though I do point out the nonsense that most modern women say, but I will always shed light on a sister or just any type of woman. Doesn't have to be a black woman who's speaking facts, logical sense, and who isn't leading with emotions.
A DNA test should be mandatory after you give birth. I work at a healthcare facility, and I had a mom bring in her paperwork for her child's birth certificate, right? I go through it and I let her know that she left the father's name blank, and just to avoid any surprises, I let her know when she gets the birth certificate, obviously the father's section is going to be blank. It's only going to be her name on the birth certificate. She then is like, oh, well, can I still get child support? I let her, I told her no, because there's no name there and whatnot. And, and I let her know what she would need to do after the fact. She then tells me to give her a minute. She sits down and calls her group of friends, and they go through a list of like 4 or 5 different men on some pros and cons type shit to figure out who of these men would be the best option to be the father.
Oh.
I guess they couldn't come to a decision or whatever. She comes back to me. She's like, oh, well, can you just put my birth certificate to the side and I'll do it once I decide. Ma'am, this isn't layaway. What?
Deciding who to put in position, like y'all put y'all fantasy draft picks in position. Absolutely disgusting and unsavory work. But shout out to her. There's women like her that agree that they should be mandatory at birth. But of course, there's hyenas out there that don't think so.
DNA testing at birth.
Mandatory
DNA testing at birth.
Mm-hmm.
I don't agree with that.
Check that baby. Like what? Check that baby. I don't care what nobody say. Check that baby. You never know. You never know.
But what I feel like DNA testing at birth to me is like, no matter how you spin it, no matter how you try to dress it up, you are telling your wife, I think you've been cheating on me.
Women with sleeve tattoos down, 10,000 points. Aura eliminated. Speaking of aura.
And there are examples where guys raise kids that aren't theirs. Like, it's like, I can understand if it's never happened or if it's not a thing, but that's a thing that happens. People take breaks, raise kids. What was that one story about the dude that like raised the kid like after they took a break and then found out that the kid wasn't his?
Yeah.
It happened while they were on a break, and you know what I mean? Like that's.
I mean, okay, during a break, I feel like I can understand that justification. But it's like, we've been together, we've been rocking together. It's been 8 years, no break, been solid. You ain't never thought I cheated on you once. If I have a baby, I carried this baby for 9 months. I just pushed out a 8-pound human.
That could not be mine. You pushed out an 8-pound human.
Listen, I pushed out an 8-pound human in that delivery room, and your first question out your freaking mouth is, I want a DNA test.
Do you see how women catastrophize things? They will take something small and make it much bigger than what it actually is. You ever been out like having a fun day and like just something minor happens and that lady will just take it and blow it, and she'll still talk about it on the ride home. She's talking about it a week. They take something small and make it big. They will make a mountain out of a molehill. I really think they do it because like they're addicted to like some type of dopamine hit, and they love emotions, and they love to just get themselves mad over anything, which is why they overthink everything under the sun. They'll take a simple thing and just overthink it to death. It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. So many women, their number one argument to this is it'll make her feel so bad. It's all about emotions and feelings. There's no logic. Ladies. If you keep performing like this, then I will stand by the fact. Well, I'm not going to say fact. I will stand by the opinion that this is why men don't take y'all seriously. Because it seems like y'all don't even take yourselves seriously. What are we doing? I'm going to give you an analogy. If there was like a test, right? To some type of test, I can't even think of it right now, but just some type of test that you can do to find out if somebody's a pedophile, right? If there was a man saying, well, why do we all have, I don't want to take this test because you're telling me that you don't trust me. Why would I have to take this pedophile test? You would say, yeah, brother, you might be one of them. You might be one of them because there's no reason why you wouldn't want to take this test. There's no reason. If you're not, then you don't have anything to worry about. If that child is that man's, you don't have anything to worry about. You'll be uncomfortable for a day or two, and then that's it. That's it. He will probably be so excited and relieved. He'll probably take you on vacation, buy you a nice piece of jewelry, go a little bit above and beyond or whatever, because he might even feel bad. Like, I can't believe I asked my lady to do this and then it came back. I should have known that she was going to be faithful to me, but I just had to make sure. But ladies do not see it like that. But guys, that's it for today's video. If you haven't done so already, hit that like, comment, subscribe, hit that hype button. You want another good video, click it on the left. If you want a great one, click it on the right. And I will see you on another one.